It's Easter and we're in Newhaven, on the way to Dieppe. We're risking the holiday weekend. Let's see if it turns out to be a good Friday or a bad Friday.
We lived in Brighton for 20 years and we've never caught the ferry, but today we're catching it to France.
We were all checked in just a few minutes. Check-in was easy. There was a short transfer bus ride up to the ferry.
The boat.
I think you'll find it's a ship.
It's 11 o'clock, it looks like we're off.
We know Newhaven well. We often walk to the port from home during the summer months and end up at the Hope pub. We have vlogs about that walk.
Oh look, there's the Hope pub. And we're off.
The ferry reverses out of the harbour.
So we've just spun round and now we're heading off to Dieppe.
We sail out past Seven Sisters and Beachy Head.
Beachy Head.
The ship is called Seven Sisters too. What are the chances of that? With a 4-hour crossing, we grab a meal on board to set us up for the journey. Well, mine didn't last long. We cross the shipping lanes of the English Channel, and eventually there's land ahoy.
Sun's out, but it's still a bit chilly.
Into the famous deep port of Dieppe.
We've made it.
The terminal is on the other side of the river, which may change my short walk into town plan. I wonder if there's a ferry.
Well, we've arrived in Dieppe and now we've just got to find our hotel, which we think's about 14-minute walk away.
Well, we got through immigration okay. That all was a bit of a breeze. We thought it was going to take a long time, but got through there fairly quickly. Now we're heading into town.
The beautiful old town is wrapped around the harbour with restaurants lining the waterfront. I'm sure we'll be checking out some of those later. We're heading through to the seafront to find our hotel. It wasn't helped by a spurious entry in Google Maps.
So we checked into the hotel, which seems really nice, but the view outside just looks like Hove Lawns.
It does look familiar.
So we arrived in Dieppe and we had a good walk around town, and this evening we're off to find a local creperie and get some Normandy cider.
And we're not disappointed. I have a lovely veggie crepe and a wonderful local cider.
Very nice.
Oh, it's a lovely crepe and even nicer cider.
And for dessert, something a little special to start the holiday off with a kick, as only the French know how, with flaming apple calvados, and plenty of it.
Well, turns out it was a Good Friday after all.
Saturday morning and it's market day. It's the largest street market in the region, lining the main street right through the city centre. By the time we get to the end of the market stalls, we find the imposing Chateau of Dieppe, overlooking the city.
We walked through the very busy market and now we've come up the hill to the Chateau of Dieppe.
This ancient historic castle dates back to the 14th century, on the site of an earlier castle built by King Henry II. It has amazing panoramic views over Dieppe. The incredible sandstone fortress now houses an art gallery depicting the nautical history of the area. There's free entry into the grounds, and it's definitely worth the visit to look at the architecture and take in the views. Down below is the memorial garden for over 900 Canadian soldiers who were killed during the infamous raid on Dieppe. Behind the gatehouse, in the old theatre, is a memorial museum with a film recounting the events of the Operation Jubilee raid.
The Gâteau from the Chateau.
And to wash it down, a cup of tea in a less busy town square. And later that evening, a meal with Henry IV, and of course with Normandy Cider.
Thank you very
And
much.
tonight's dinner is pizza. But unlike some others, ours is not on fire. We hunt down some pub recommendations and narrow our choice down to the Cambridge pub, which of course does some nice beers and French cider. I'm not sure about these little bottles though. They play some great music too.
Actually, it's very nice. It's really nice, that.
Saturday night in Dieppe.
Time to post some gratuitous beer pictures on Facebook before heading home for the evening. Today we're heading up through the Old District to Pollock Cliff to get some more fabulous views of Dieppe.
Dieppe's not a particularly big town. We've been able to walk from one end to the other in about 15 minutes, but it's quite nice. There's lots of little things to do and see around town.
We make our way back down to the harbour and fishing district for a last look around the city centre. It reminds me a bit of the canals of the Netherlands, and there are more canal videos coming from there soon. Just time for a cup of tea before we have to get back to the boat and head across the channel to Newhaven. Don't forget to subscribe and catch up with us again on our next adventures.